Hey, Master's Gaming here. Welcome in a new episode. I was wondering, where do you actually live in Minecraft? Is it the peaceful forest? Or perhaps the vast and unknown desert? Or maybe you are one of those persons who enjoy the harsh environment of a frozen land. No matter where you are located in this world, we all share a common point. We all build a house. And today, I'm here to show you how you can build maybe just 3 types of houses inside Minecraft. Let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the forest. You basically search around for a forest, or you may even be that lucky to spawn inside of one. Now, don't be harsh in this scenario, because if you spawn into a forest, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to make your house inside of it. Thanks to the fact that you are surrounded by trees every single time means that mobs during the night will spawn everywhere. And don't get me wrong, this happens everywhere, no matter if you're in the forest or not. But the problem of the forest is that trees are everywhere and they're blocking your view. And a creeper, especially if you're in a hardcore, for example, may kill you. Which means it's best for you not to make your house inside the forest, but perhaps walk long enough and search far and far until you find the edge of the forest, which, strangely for me, it's right next to a pillager towers. It's right there that it should render. Why is it not right? There we go. It's a very weird one, never seen that before, but I'm gonna explore it after the video. In any case, if you go far enough, you will sure find the edge of the forest, and once you find this place, you go ahead and create your house. In my case, I need to do it, so wish me luck. I'll see you 1 hour later. See you. Okay, guys, you actually won't believe me, but I started this film at 12 o'clock, and now it's 1:39, and I finished the house. Well, that's what it matters at least. You may notice that I've disabled the shader pack. That's because I needed some perspective on that smoke, and I'll just enable it right now. Okay. Good, and there we go. Now you have it. My hand is glitched for some reason, but it doesn't matter. This is the house that I come up with. It's a pretty decent one, I must say. It's not too big, not too tiny. It's literally whatever you need from the beginning of the game, and you know, to keep everybody interested into you. It has this little bridge, which is very special. You can walk around it and see. I don't know, I need to hold the sword or anything. Okay, my hand was glitched. See the interior of the house. Now, obviously, inside there's nothing. Otherwise, this will have been a 3 hours build. And I can't really allocate that much time. I even forgot the window over there, but it doesn't matter. Get idea. So this is only what you can do with a little bit of time. And again, this is the biome that gives you wood. Now, for the roof, I initially used those terracotta blocks, and those can be found only into the Mesa biome. And if you're not lucky enough, those are very hard to get. That's why I have a tiny command over here that will replace those terracotta brown into something else. So we can replace those into number 5 and spruce and the acacia door 5, just number 5. Yeah, leave it number 5. Yeah, so this is how it will look with only number 5. But if you also place the spruce plank into it, and from number 5 it will change to number 5 and spruce planks. Now this will get a tiny variation into the style. Now it's not looking, not even close to the original one, because the amount of darkness that those terracotta blocks have is enough for you to catch the attention of your eye and focus onto everything instead of only the roof. And those ones are way more open, and it makes you actually stare at the roof that is more ugly in this way. But if you replace it with, let's say, from number 5 to only spruce planks, this will make it darker. And you can also change the spruce planks, still number 5 because that's the same block, into dark planks, dark oak and planks. It's 5.3 I think, but I'll just type spruce planks. Right, this amount of darkness will be enough to replicate the brown terracotta and will give your house that shape of well done. I don't know. If it makes any sense to you, it does. What I want to mention is when you build a house like this one, you see the chimney. Don't kill the chimney, okay? Keep the chimney. What I mean by that is literally the chimney goes down the house. Okay, it goes literally through the house. Oh, hi, Scanton. I haven't seen you before here. Oh, you got a friend. Okay, it's a party, I see. Right, and when you go down here, the chimney keeps on going. Now, in this style, since I haven't finished the kitchen over here, it was a two sideways chicken kitchen. I get stuck in between those words, sorry. And this is the front and that's the back, and literally those stands over here to significate the, you know, edges between them. Anyway, that's the house. Let's get out of here, and I guess I'll leave the world in the description once I finish, and then I'll type the coordinates where I build this. Remember to explore that tower over there. I haven't looked at it yet, so pretty much that's it for me. Let's move on. Alright, fellow gamers, we have now reached the desert, one of the most cruel and harsh environment in the entire game. There's barely anything that you can use to build in here. Or, at least that's something that you will say at the first glare into this emptiness. But something that you have is sand. And sand can be transformed into stone sand. And there's also a way for you to procure wood. Just simply walk outside of the emptiness, yeah? And then find some wood, go here, then hit this wood with an axe, and you can make the wood being stripped, right? And this can be used as a great detail, especially the stripped version, because it's so yellowish and it mixes with the sand. And then you can start building. I'm gonna do that just in a second, so I'll see you in another 1 hour and a half. Yay! Be right back, gamers. Alright guys, well, 900 years old me built a house. Whatever. It took me another 1 hour and 40 minutes, but this is the idea that I come out with. Remember, we are in the desert right now, and minimalistically I placed some details. I forgot to cover those last pieces out with some trapdoors, but that's literally what I come out with. I wanted a house to be next to the river. It's always a good choice to stay close to the water. It's so efficient to just travel by boat instead of walking, and in the same time I wanted a tower, because I wanted to push my, you know, strategy of building further away and see if I can attach this medieval looking style tower to a normal flat-edged finished house in the desert. And it came out pretty well. I wanted this window over here in the second floor. Don't do this in the first floor because mobs can literally then walk in your house. And what is cool about this concept is that I created this shade from the sun. So maybe in the days when the sun is literally harshing, you can literally close the trapdoors and you'll have less light coming down over here, and then you can just enjoy some shade. And yeah, pretty much, I don't know, there's no limits what you can do in Minecraft, and I hope this one proves to you that you can achieve anything if you just put your imagination into it. Alright, some fun fact about this one is the fact that I found a village right next to it. Okay, and there's also a pyramid, which I will of course leave you guys into the description down below. Right, so make sure you read that description, and I'll see you in the next type of the house, the snowy one. Yee, I already have hay fever just thinking about it. Anyway, let's move into it. It's been 3 hours since I've been working only at this house. I think this is a very big one, and although it may look hard, I do sure hope that it will spike a little bit of imagination into your mind when it comes to building in this extreme harsh conditions of very cold areas. Anyway, it took me, as I said, 3 hours, and the main attraction of this house is the mix between the Viking style, which you can see those spiky areas of the corners of the house that are not normally shaped, they're only diagonally placed instead of the classic horizontal ones that you may see over here. You see the difference? Those ones are flat and they're the classic medieval style, but if you mix them together into this shape, as I just did, it makes the roof way more attractive to your eyes, and it makes you focus onto all of the roof, not only in a single point like this one does. When you look at on a flat one, you tend to look only in one edge, but when you look at this amazing arch, you tend to look at the whole structure entirely by the arch itself. Then you look how it's done inside, then it takes your eye down here to the fact that this house holds a double wall. You know, this is the technique that I invented. I still haven't seen nobody using it. Perhaps I can't tell that I'm the only one who ever thought of making a house that contains two walls, but this is a great way to ensure that you use this. Now, there's an advantage of using two walls, is just there's so much possibility of you to decorate the walls. And if you watch, every single one of those areas has a nice how can you call it, arcade before the window appears in the paysage, and this makes a great detail. I have no idea why this is missing. I think I was correcting it and I forgot to cut that area over there. Yeah, pretty sure. So I was saying, this makes your eye literally stare into a more in-depth perspective of a wall. It's not a simplistic default squarish looking wall, and it's not the usual wall that contains only the stairs. Now there is a third amount of details in the middle, which is literally the double wall. Now, I'm not telling you to try this because it is extremely difficult to work with one wall. Image two walls. There's a lot of stuff that you should consider when you start building into this style. First of it being the space. When you build in two walls, you need to think about the fact that the house gets shrinked, and shrinked houses in this harsh environment means less space, and you're actually gonna need more space than just this tiny house that I've made. But giving it the principle that this house holds an amazing 8 piles for each floor, it actually gives you plenty of room to fool around. It's enough to bump your head, it's not enough to bump your head into anything, and yet it's just enough for you to apply crazy details. I actually went ahead and created this tiny bedroom story above a window. To put into perspective, this is the same view of the same face in the same roof. So that area over there has 3 floors into one. 1, 2, and 3. That's enormous. Anyway, I sure hope that my ideas inspired you a little bit. I don't like to do block by block tutorials. I feel like I'm wasting my time to show you how to make something block by block when I could simply show you this house and inspire you to try something on your own initiative, you know? It's just you learn so much more by doing something on yourself instead of copying somebody that does a block by block tutorial. Now, Brian is on the same principle of this. It's just much better to try new stuff on yourself than building block by block. So therefore, I will take his tip and try my best to not make tutorials block by block, and yet I will try to inspire you on how to make those incredible houses every single video. Alright guys, I was Master Us Gaming, and I sure hope that you learned something. I really need to put on a t-shirt before I go into die of being too cold in this area. But until the next episode, hope you enjoyed. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. It does help me a lot and the channel as well, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye! Do you think somebody is gonna download this map and then go in this area over here where I hid the secret? I don't think no one will download this map, seriously. If they do, they need to check for Easter eggs, because I kind of left some. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, alright, I'm coming to it. See you.